Welcome back, this is Mark, and I'm going to be doing a second series of my instructional videos for you guys. Another how-to video. Hey, we're here at the San Francisco Center, and it's getting pretty warm today, so I'm going to bring you guys indoors. We're going to do some gigs where it's much cooler. And it seems like there's a lot of gigs to do here, so let's go on in. And I wanted to do this uncut basically to show you guys how to do a complete gig and how to get permission, and basically show you what it's like to do a gig in a small confined space. So this Sunglass Hut store was pretty small. So just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell the person what you're doing. Load them up to being now. Is that okay? Just take a minute.
I don't know if I can give that permission.
It's okay. You know, I'm sure your manager would appreciate an updated listing for your business.
Sure, I guess.
It's okay?
Yeah,
All right.
I guess so.
Thank you.
That's no problem.
So you can see he was kind of reluctant to let me do a gig here, but once I explained to him, it's for Bing Maps, and it's a pretty easy thing to do. It's going to take maybe few minutes. He was fine with it. So once you get started, so if you can see, I'm starting my panorama right at a flat wall. So that's usually the easiest way to start it off. And so you can see a guy moving into the frame there. And as I'm moving, I'm gonna wait until he actually walks past. So you can see I'm starting up the rest of the framing of this 360-degree photograph. In there, you can see how I hold the iPhone in my hand, so I'm panning and tilting. So I'm not really turning all that much. I hear a lot of people like to spin around 3 or 4 times to do their panorama, but I just, for me it's much easier just to do one single turn. You're more efficient that way, and plus, if you're a bystander or if you're a shopkeeper, if you see somebody with their phone, it's not necessarily, hey, that person's taking a video or taking a photograph. If you're spinning around 3 or 4 times, shopkeeper's gonna see you, and they're gonna wonder what you're doing, and they're gonna probably feel more uncomfortable than just somebody standing there slowly doing a panoramic photograph like that. So I mean, you can see the guy, he's pretty bored right now. But a lot of people, they don't like to get their photo taken, so they, they'll just move out of your way, and just allow them to do that. So as you can see, so I'm back to where I started on this 360, and I've basically gotten most of the entire room. I got the floor, the walls, the ceiling, and I'm about done. So just checking to make sure that everything has been photographed with the photosynth app. So here I'm now switching back to the Gigwalk app, and I'm gonna do the photographs of the interiors. So in the instructions it tells you to pick something interesting, so just find something that's within the room, within the panorama that you've already photographed. So I just photographed a pair of sunglasses, and then this display is also in the panoramic photograph, so I'm gonna
It's written on there.
take a photograph of that. Give it a title.
Alright, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So just to let you know, it's basically it's a 360-degree photograph of your store. It's stitching right now, so that's the process. But basically, so here's like the Gigwalk store. So you can see how you can navigate through the entire room. So if you want to take a look at it, you can log on to Bing Maps, and it should be live in about half hour. Yeah. Just to let you know, I didn't photograph you in it. Okay. All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
So just to be nice, I just explained to the shopkeeper what I was doing and where it'll show up on Bing Maps and how to check it out if he wants to.
So as you can see, it's pretty easy to talk a shop owner or an employee into allowing you to do the gig. It's just good to be able to, not to be authoritarian, just to kind of ease the person into it, because most people don't like to be photographed, but you know, as long as you're persuasive enough and you seem, you know, truthful enough, and you explain what you're doing and who you're doing it for, most people have no problem with it. So, you know, that gig was done pretty easily, and hope you have a easy time like that doing your gigs too. All right?
So, you know, just finishing up this gig, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the rest of the steps on how to finish it. So you're going to be taking an exterior photograph of just the doors. And if you've noticed, I've basically done the gig backwards from the actual instructions or how they're listed on the gig itself. Mainly I do this because it's much easier to do it this way, because your panoramic photograph, that's the most important thing that you want to do, so I tend to just do that first, and then I'll grab my photographs as I'm walking out the door. So here's the photo for the exterior again. You want to go across a walkway or across the hallway and get a nice wide angle landscape photo. Give it a title or description. And then keep my description pretty simple. And then just go through and answer the rest of the questions. So, reason why I do this, because sometimes you might start a gig and halfway through somebody might stop you. Somebody might not want you to take a photograph, so you know, you might be forced to abandon that gig. So as long as I've gotten the panoramic photograph, you know, that's the meat and potatoes of this gig, then you go ahead and get that 360-degree photograph done as quickly as possible. Go in and you know, do your pictures, then finish up these tasks, these questions, fill out your username for your photosynth.net account. I usually have no problems with these gigs, so I just answer none for that last question. And in this mall, you know, there's a nice, you know, a nice open space, so you can get an actual good reception here with your AT&T 3G signal. So gigs tend to load up pretty quickly. But when you get deeper into this mall, it's, you know, totally different story. You know, your reception is totally gone. So if you're gonna upload a gig, find a place within a mall structure, like when you're inside, that has a good reception, and it should load up pretty quickly. Or, you know, you can always find a Wi-Fi connection. So here we're gonna upload the the 360-degree panorama photograph up to Bing Maps, and usually I just check and make sure that the panoramic photograph looks good. And you know, sometimes you can end up getting your feet in the photograph, but that's okay. You know, this one looks really good actually. And then go ahead, and when you share it, you know, you're going to make sure that you have the right place listed for this place of business. So go ahead and start that process. So edit the properties and make sure that the place designates what that photograph is, which is a Sunglass Hut. And when you publish it, make sure you have a good signal, and the app will begin uploading it up to photosynth.net and Bing Maps. And then to double check to make sure that you've actually sent that photograph, you can go ahead and refresh your app. And at this point, you're downloading it from the website. So there you can see it has been uploaded, and it's live on the web now. Alright, so that's how you complete a photosynth panoramic photograph. Alright, that gig is complete, and stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be showing you guys how to complete a gig without the permission of a shopkeeper. Basically, how to do a gig on the sly, and that will be coming up soon. Alright, see you then.